Yeah, Michael will be a game time decision, and we'll continue getting Luke and Marmar ready to go and prepare. I think every team presents something a little different, and so as long as he's comfortable with what we want to run versus who we're playing, that's what matters. And so, for Luke, and also for Micah, it's being simple and being able to operate and distribute the football. So, those are important things for the quarterback.
Officially 2-1 for the first time in your head coaching career. How does that feel as being a head coach?
Yeah, anytime you win, it's gonna it's what we want. It's what the state wants. Those are good things, and so it's you got to go 1-0 the next week. So you're never as good as your last win, and so it's on to the next.
You mentioned on to the next. Obviously, another Hawaii quarterback coming in. Sagapolutele.
Yep.
Talk about what Portland State brings.
Yeah, John, love John, and we recruited him here, Island boy, and so he's coming home to play, and I know he's looking for the opportunity to just compete and go at it, and so I expect him to play really well. Yeah, from an offensive standpoint, there are going to be multiple personnel. Some of everything, a little bit of running, a little bit of passing, and so it's going to be pretty diverse. Just on their defensive side of the ball, multiple front defense. The different coverages in the back end, and so they've had some tough opponents that they've played, and so we expect them to be here, fired up, ready to go, and ready to get their first victory. Yeah, I think anytime that we can learn from anything, we'll continue to grow. Coming off of Stanford and going into Arizona, I thought that our focus was not there, and so coming off of a win, homecoming week, a lot of different things going on. The focus got to be us, and there's got to be a lot of discipline, a lot of details, and so this week the coaches have the green light to get into your guys, and we're focusing on us and breaking bad habits because this is a Portland State team that go back to the year 2000. I believe they beat us, and so we don't take anything for granted, and we got to go out there and work hard. Yeah, they're coached well. We start there with Coach Reinbold and Coach Jordan Poole Robinson. The expectation in that room is very high. The competition level is very high. Those guys have been they've been around Coach Poole for now 3 years, and so it's that continuity and that understanding of they're getting smarter as players. They've worked hard for 8 to 9 months in the off season. All that attributes to what you guys are seeing on the field, and so that's what I really like about our defensive line. And then with us recruiting and a lot of new D tackles came in. Those guys just kind of fit really well into what we're doing. They bought into our system. They love the islands. They love our culture, and they just get to go out there and go play and really go express themselves. And so that's a great job from coaches and to the players. It means everything. To me, watching and seeing our alumni, our all sports, right? All graduates, everybody that had something invested in the University of Hawaii that laid it down for us, they're all welcome back. And they're not just welcome back on this week, they're welcome back all the time. This is their school, right? And we want that. We want that buy-in from everybody. And so to have a special week like this really means a lot. He's really the same guy. That's kind of what makes Luke go. He's very just even keel, doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, very cerebral. I love that about him, his temperament, and that's what gives him a chance to have some success out there. We'll go back and watch the film from practice today, as we watched the game film from yesterday, and then we'll just continue correcting till he gets another shot, if that may be Saturday. They were a great team. Came in and surprised us, I think that's one of the lessons learned is that last time we played them, I played them here in Hawaii. We took a loss, and so we don't want to be surprised, and we want to get up for that. And we know they're coming in here wanting to win their first game, and so that's huge for us.
Elijah Gibson, in your secondary, he got some game reps this past game.
Sure.
I believe he spent some time in Portland State as well. So
Sure.
What can you say about him as he plays his former team?
Sure, they'll always get up for their former teams. But Elijah has been great here. He's what we thought when we recruited him. A guy that's just going to come here and work hard, and so he'll get a lot of opportunities to go against his former team, and we want him to play well.